Okay, to begin, we will start with the formal analysis of Barbara Kruger's artwork untitled Your Gaze Hits the Side of My Face. Starting off, we will analyze this artwork for the elements of art. These elements consist of line, value, shape, form, color, and texture. We will then analyze this artwork for the principles of design. These principles of design consist of balance, contrast, movement, emphasis, pattern, proportion, unity, and variety. Before analyzing these elements of art or principles of design singularly, it's important to note that Kruger appropriated photographs in her artwork, and usually added a red border and a red square with white text inside. Sometimes Kruger differentiated her artwork by perhaps putting on a black or white square, such as in this artwork, with white or black text inside it. Overall, though, we will analyze this artwork for the elements of art and principles of design. So let's start off with the elements of art. We have the artwork pulled up to our right here. So regarding line, Kruger utilizes line to create a red border around the artwork. Kruger also utilizes line to create the boxes of text found vertically positioned in the artwork. See how these boxes of text are vertically positioned on the left. Regarding value, the photograph of the female bust does differ in values. Kruger appears to have emphasized the side of the face relating to the concept of the male gaze affecting women. As one can see, it appears that the side of the face, particularly right here, is emphasized and has darker values. Regarding shape, Kruger utilizes square shapes that descend vertically on the left side of the artwork. These shapes read, "Your gaze hits the side of my face." As one can see, those are the shapes. Regarding form, there are forms in the original photograph, but none outside of that or that were added by Kruger. Regarding space, Kruger utilizes space by placing the text impersonally down the artwork. There also appears to be space used in the photograph. By space used in the photograph, I mean the black background is really the negative space which contrasts with the female bust. Now regarding color, there isn't color used in this artwork, seeing as the original photograph is in black and white. However, there is a small red outline that Kruger included around the artwork. This really represents Kruger's traditional style, and it's what she does for a lot of artworks. Now finally, regarding texture, there appears to be some in the photograph, but none is actually in Kruger's artwork. There appears to be certain elements of texture, though the photograph is kind of low quality, so it's hard to tell. But see, we have examples of texture up here with the hair, for example. Okay, moving on to principles of design. So we have the artwork on the left now. Regarding balance, there isn't much balance used, considering that Kruger placed the text on the left side and there are no repeating patterns or shapes on both sides. For example, if there was text on both sides, then I could possibly say that there was balance, but that's not really the case. Regarding contrast, Kruger did provide a photograph with some contrast, seeing as the entirely black background helps to contrast and emphasize the female bust. Not to mention, the side of the face seemed to also be highlighted from this contrast. Regarding movement, Kruger didn't seem to utilize much of movement, except to maybe accentuate the side of the face in the photograph. The black background could help move the eyes to the side of the face. And regarding emphasis, Kruger did utilize this throughout the artwork, such as by using movement and contrast in order to accentuate the side of the face in the photograph. Not to mention, the vertical line of text on the left side of the artwork also helped to emphasize the side of the face. Overall, we're seeing how these elements of art and principles of design, ignore the link there. We're seeing how these elements of art and principles of design help to emphasize the side of the face and really just emphasize the main concept of this. Now, I would go into a bit of maybe a contextual analysis or something, but I wanted to really focus on the formal aspects since this is a formal analysis. Now, regarding pattern, Kruger seems to only include pattern in the vertical line of text on the left side of the photograph. It's square shapes alternate between white and black, and so does the text inside of them. It creates a pattern as one reads the text. So for instance, let's look at the shapes real quick. You can see how the shapes go from white, black, white, black, white, black, white. Not to mention, every time a square switches over to another shape, every time a square switches color, so does the text within the square. For instance, your, which is black, in the white square, switches over to a black square where gaze is white. So that's the pattern that I'm talking about. Now, regarding proportion, all of the proportions included in this photograph seem to be correct except for where the chest meets the neck on the female bust. This area was not sculpted yet and was left as a square form. However, this doesn't affect the actual meaning of the artwork by Kruger much or at all. Finally, regarding both unity and variety, there isn't much variety utilized in this artwork. There doesn't appear to be unity as there's roughly no balance used in this artwork, and the patterns and shapes don't unite or come together in a meaningful way. There doesn't appear to be variety either, as the artwork consists of monochrome white and black colors and is simply done. So, this has been the principles of design and the elements of art, and overall, a formal analysis of Barbara Kruger's artwork, untitled Your Gaze Hits the Side of My Face. Thank you.